Hey guys, Delman here with a different kind of video from the norm. This is a video I wanted to make, but never really brought myself to do it. But this is a video basically detailing on how I got involved with Star Citizen, how I came to find out about it, what drew me to it, what held me off from it at first, and really turned me away and then brought me back. So, this is basically me gonna be talking to you guys about how I got into the game, and it's more of a hobby than anything, if I'm perfectly honest. It's a very expensive hobby, that is definitely true. Many of you already know this, but it doesn't have to be. But it becomes one very quickly if you want it to be. So, yeah, let's get into this. So, it all started a long time ago, back in around September, I think it was. September of 2014 or something. And this is when I first came across Star Citizen, and I initially held off of the game for quite a while. But this is what I saw. I saw the Aegis Reclaimer concept sale, and I had no clue what Star Citizen was. And the second I saw the ship, I immediately fell in love. I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in a game. I would like to live on that, thank you. And I didn't even know what the game's mechanics were about. I didn't know what the game was about. I just knew it was a space game. I was pretty, like, amazed at this ship, the way it looked. There was a couple of things that didn't necessarily like too much about it, but I absolutely adored the way the ship looked with its big engines and everything. And then I saw the price tag, which I think was around $300 and something. And when I saw that, I was like, no way in hell. That's way too much to pay for a game. My god, I'll never put that much money in a game. And I was blown away by the sheer, like, audacity of the price tags. I was like, oh my god, what is this? This makes me sick. Yeah, and I was just turned away from Star Citizen because I had no clue what the game was about. I did not have an inkling. I was like, what is this madness? And over the coming months, I sort of, kept looking at the project. But more than anything, I was more interested at the time at playing console games. I know, right? Oh my god! No, but nothing's wrong with console games. But I was more interested in those sort of games at that time period, and I really wanted a space game that I basically lose myself in and get away from all this first-person stuff. Because at that time, I was very much a hardcore first-person shooter kind of guy. I had been since the second I got into video games. From back in 2001 was when I really got interested in video games, with Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach. Well, those are my main staples of games that I absolutely adored. I played a little bit of GTA, I didn't mind GTA San Andreas, I had a lot of fun on that game. But yeah, those basically, that was my main staple of games. It was never sim flying games and things like that, but I really wanted to play those sort of games. And what really got me into the whole sci-fi flying ships thing was actually Halo, funnily enough. I really got into the Halo lore at one point, and I was like, man, I wish it was a game where I could just fly around in a ship in a universe that was like so in-depth with lore and stuff. But before I got into video games, I was into Warhammer, and that's what I really adored, was Warhammer 40k. I loved the lore. The lore is fantastic. I loved the building and the painting of the miniatures and stuff like that. I absolutely adored it. Brilliant hobby. Can't highly recommend it enough. Really good if you guys want to get into your creative side, build and paint stuff, go for it. I haven't done it myself in about 4 or 5 years. It's been a while. I've neglected that side of the I've neglected that hobby, unfortunately, but I just haven't had the time or the finances for it. But yeah, I looked at the Reclaimer, and it was basically what drew me to Star Citizen, and I kept coming back and looking at that ship. Was just like, man, that is a really cool ship though. And then when it wasn't on sale anymore, I was like, damn, like, oh man, just if I had the money and stuff. But I gave it a long while before I came back to the project, and I'll get to that in a second. So it's around 2015 that I really came back to the project and thought, hey, maybe this isn't such a crazy idea. And I started learning more and more up on it, and things here and there about it, but I wasn't too overly fussed. At the time, I discovered Elite Dangerous, and I was thoroughly into PC gaming all the way at this point, and was just really, really enjoying Elite Dangerous. That was a really fun game, my intro into the space sim kind of world. Um, and I didn't realize about how much of a watered down experience Elite Dangerous is if you actually look at it from if you once you've already played it and you compare it to other games, it's actually quite abysmal in a lot of aspects. And I'll quickly save you the time and effort now. Elite Dangerous is only good if you have friends to play with. It's now unfortunately a very cutthroat game in terms of there's griefers everywhere and there's like zero penalty to being a griefer and there's just all that to gain. There are people who have made loads of money through exploits and they haven't had that money taken off them in the game, so it basically became Elite Dangerous became this vile, horrible place. It became, I don't know, it's not like Eve at all. It's just that people kind of ran with the ball and abused the way the game works. But yeah, really fun game if you just want to play with friends for a bit and muck around and have a bit of fun like that. But the problem with Elite Dangerous is it's just a horrendous grind, a real grind fest, and I can't be bothered with that. I played that game for about a year and was just like, nah, I can't do this anymore. It's just ridiculous, and I hate grinds. I don't mind if it's a grind that not necessarily, at least it has a bit of difference in it. It's not exactly the same thing day in day out. I don't mind that. Right, so when did I officially put money into Star Citizen, you might ask? Well, it was March the 21st of 2016 was when I put my first penny into the game. I bought my package then, and I was really excited to play this game, and I'll post some footage up now. Whoa! Picking up the speed. Oh dear, this is bad. Woo! Oh my god, we're out of control! We're going too fast! Somebody stop us! Whoa! Woo! Look at this! And yeah, you can kind of guess that I was really happy to be playing Star Citizen. I've been following the project a little while. I really did a little bit, I did a lot of research on it. Hell, I could probably go on Mastermind with the amount of stuff I know about this game right now. but I learned a lot about the project and was super hyped up for it. And I couldn't wait for more of these things to be fleshed out, and I was like ready to wait 10 years for this game to be finished, and I still am. I am super enthusiastic, but this is when I put, and I'll put into pounds here for you guys. I put 35 pounds and 10 pence into this game, and I was like, that's all I need to do. And then literally the same month, not 3 days later, I put another 195 pounds in the game and was like, what have I done? What have I done? And then and then a little bit later down the line, on April the 3rd, I upgraded what I originally bought was a Vandal Blade as a standalone pledge. I upgraded that to a Constellation Aquila. And then I upgraded that to a Retaliator Bomber, and I was super hyped and very much looking forward to you know, like getting my Aquila and seeing it in game, and I had it in my hangar and I was having a lot of fun with that. But then I upgraded to a Retaliator Bomber and I fell in love with that ship. But always in my heart, my favorite ship was the Reclaimer, but I never had the chance to purchase one, and in my mind it went like as this really multi-million pound ship that I was never going to be able to afford. And I was just like, yeah, this is out of my price range. At this point, when I had the Retaliator, I was basically like, yeah, I have overspent by a dramatic amount. I'm not a very kind of... I don't buy expensive stuff, like, often at all. Like, that is not me. And I was like, holy crap, you know, I put a lot of money in this game. And I was then on another side of the fence where I was like, you know what? I believe this is money well spent, because if you've played any other hobbies like Warhammer and stuff, like I must have invested at least around £6,000 in Warhammer, and that might seem like a lot right now, but that was from like 1999 to about like like 5 years ago or something. So it was over a very long period of time, and I absolutely adored that hobby. I still do. I love it. All my stuff right now is in boxes, though. Boo hoo hoo hoo, crying inside. But yeah. Anyway, besides that, all my stuff is in boxes now, and I needed a new hobby, and Star Citizen really filled that void that I had. And it's a little bit expensive. Okay, let's be honest, it's very expensive. But you don't have to do it. Like, you don't have to put all this money in the game to have a lot of fun. With 3.1, you'll be able to rent and buy ships in the game, and that's going to be great. And there'll be no more of this over expenditure of stuff. I mean, concept sales are fantastic. I, at the time, though, was just like really fanatic about LTI insurance, and that was why I grabbed the Vanduul Blade when it popped up on sale. Was I was just so fearful of losing my stuff, especially real money that I've put in the game. Like, it may not seem like a lot, but like to some people, but 100 and like freaking 195 pounds to me is an incredibly a lot of money. It's a lot of money to just put on a game. So I had to get that LTI, and then when I had my Retaliator with LTI, I was feeling pretty boss for the longest amount of time. I had a small organization of around like 10 people at the time, and we needed a bomber, basically. We needed a combat ship, because the only other person who had a combat ship was my buddy Questing Beast, who had an LTI Gladiator, and we were the only ones with combat vessels. Everybody else had Mustangs and Auroras, and we needed something that we could use for combat missions. Anyway, a little while goes by, and I then picked up the when the Drake Dragonflies went on sale. I picked up two Drake Dragonfly yellow, one Drake Dragonfly yellow jacket, two Drake Dragonfly standard blacks, and upgraded one of those to a Caterpillar. And I was super happy because now I had all that stuff with lifetime insurance. And then the organization became like 15 guys, and I was like reading all the forums, and people were like, "Oh, you're not a proper organization until you have a capital ship or something like that. You're just gonna get raffle stomped." And I was like, "Oh man, this guy's right." You know, oh damn, you know, like I felt like frickin' Marty from Rick and Morty. Well, Morty, there you go. God, I can't even say it. But I was like, oh jeez, I'm dead, man. We're gonna die. Oh jeez, you know, I was genuinely worried. And the Rick in me was just so like, you know, hey man, Polaris on sale, grab it kind of deal. And I did. I melted down everything apart from my base pledge and bought a Polaris Corvette. And then the YouTube channel started gaining more popularity. More people wanted to join the organization. And then over time, more and more people joined. And at one point, we had 16 Polarises. And the only reason I bought a Polaris was for the organization, which was at the time 16 people. And now at this point, we were like at around 50 people. And we had all these ships. And I was like, well, mine's not really no longer needed. But the organization continued to grow. And we got to around 110 or 113 people. I don't know how many people we're at right now, but we got to around that level. And I can tell you right now, from the heart, that the organization is filled with the most amazing people I have ever bumped into online. Like, I've got some of my original friends who I've known for a long time who have come with me into this adventure of Star Citizen. But the people I have met in this journey are absolutely amazing, really supportive, good-hearted, clean-minded people. And we leave all the stuff like politics and stuff at the door. You don't need to drag that in. Just leave it all at the door. Everybody's equal here, you know, and we're all interested in this Star Citizen thing. So let's just enjoy it together. That's pretty much it. We want to make the verse a safer place by hunting down pirates and things like that. And that's great fun. And that's enough of me advertising the organization. But yeah. Then I was basically talking with a buddy of mine, Damodar and stuff, and I was like, "Well, we got a lot of Polaris Corvettes. Mine's not really needed anymore. You know what? I'm gonna melt it down." So I melted it down, and as of right now, I've got money in store credit, and I've got an LTI Cutlass Black, and I'm looking forward to the rework. I've got a couple of LTI tokens ready to go for the November... Oh, one LTI token ready to go right now for the November sale. and I'm looking forward to getting a Reclaimer. It was my dream ship from the start that I've always wanted, and after seeing all the work that they've done on it in the game, I really am thoroughly looking forward to the adventure side of the gameplay that it will present with salvage, which means going to areas that you'd never usually go to, dangerous areas of space even, and collecting wrecks and boarding wrecks as well to search for a black box and things like that, and looking for relics, and that really appeals to me. It's basically the Indiana Jones of ships, and that kind of gameplay really does appeal to me. I love the combat aspect of the game, the hunting pirates, but with a game like Star Citizen, it's not a like flat kind of one-dimensional plane. It's more of a, you know, three-dimensional being. You have to have your thing that you do in the game to create income, and then you have your combat stuff that you do more or less in your downtime. Combat's not going to be an effective way to make money unless you're doing a lot of bounty hunting, but you're not going to be able to really afford to replenish a Polaris' torpedoes. A Polaris and things like that is something you'll deploy once you have the money to do so. It's not something you'll take out day one, and it's not something you'll be using all the time, let alone something like an Idris or a Javelin. That is just ridiculous. Like to think that you could use it every day. It's not how the game's going to work. But yeah, I'm thoroughly looking forward to seeing the Reclaimer in-game. That was one of the big things that drew me to Star Citizen, and soon, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll actually be able to get my hands on one. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. I'll be able to actually own one, and that will be a good moment. I feel I really am thoroughly looking forward to that. I am pretty much obsessing over the ship. Those who are in the organization's WhatsApp group know that I've posted many pictures of the Reclaimer on Discord and other places. I am pretty much obsessed as of right now. OCD is not really a good thing, but but yeah, I am thoroughly looking forward to seeing it. Star Citizen as a whole, though, I mean, the entire project appeals to me in so many ways. It's trying to be something that has never been done before, with such a level of detail that hasn't been attempted before on this sort of scale, and they're pulling it off. That's fantastic, breaking the mold. Star Citizen is taking a step back from the standard routine of the gaming industry, and making the gaming industry as a whole take a good long look at itself and where it's going wrong. I mean, you see the gaming industry with a lot of games these days, some of the big names, Bungie, Rockstar, all these other companies. It feels like they're starting to go down the same sort of road as everybody else when it comes to these sort of things. And this is what I love about RSI, or Robot Space Industries, is they're going a different road. They went with complete crowdfunding, so they have total freedom. And the problem with having a publisher is that you're gonna be forced to rush your game out the door and remove features, and that's not what Star Citizen's about. Star Citizen's about being this living, breathing universe, and you can't really do that when you have someone else breathing down your neck wanting their money now. Star Citizen is basically art. That's what it is. It's art that you can interact with on like a really intense level. Not saying you can't interact with a beautiful painting on an intense level, because you can, but what I mean is, it's a game where you can write your own story. It's a game where it's giving you an opportunity to live hundreds of years in the future today, and that is remarkable. That's pretty much what a lot of people have been asking for since like the 50s and the 60s with the old comic books, you know, all these old school things, like Forbidden Planet, all this sort of stuff. This sci-fi thing has always been in a lot of people's hearts for a very, very long time. But yeah, I am a big fan of sci-fi. I've got an original poster in the other room of Forbidden Planet, the movie. And yeah, I thoroughly love it. It's an old poster. I'll take a picture of it and post it here. I'm sorry for the picture quality. My phone is pretty horrendous. I might be getting a new one at some point, but as of right now, I am totally broke. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a Reclaimer. I'm doing it all with store credit. After melting down the Polaris, I have got a lot of store credit left over to be able to pick up a Reclaimer. Hopefully it doesn't go up in price by like a gargantuan amount. God, that would crush my soul like you would not believe. But hey, you know, that's life, right? But yeah, I'm thoroughly looking forward to 3.0 as it is. I I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but at the same time, it's my job to make videos about about this stuff. So it's all good, you know. It's a bit of give and take. But I do all these videos for free, as you guys know. This is more of a rant, me sort of explaining to you guys how I got into the Star Citizen thing. And do I regret it? Hell no. How deep am I into the game right now? Well, if you watch some of my original videos, and I'm talking about my incredibly bad quality original videos, like way back at the start, you would have noticed that I said, oh, I will not pay more than 117 pounds into this game, or what was it, 177 pounds, or something like that. I was like, yep, after that, I'm done. That's a lot of money. And right now, I'm set at about $1,131, and I'm like, oh my god, where did it all go? Because, as of right now, what is currently in my hangar, I'll quickly tell you as I'll click on this now. In my hangar, I currently have standalone ship Drake Dragonfly turned into a Cutlass Black. I have another Drake Dragonfly Black, and I have a Kostak Arms Custodian SMG. I've got a Gladius from referrals. I love you guys for that, thank you. And a Mustang Alpha with my starter package. That is what I currently have in my hangar. And I know a lot of YouTubers and other guys have, and a lot of you guys have all these ships in your hangars. But I'm happy with what I have. I'm gonna grab a Reclaimer, and if there is any store credit left over, I'm gonna see how much there is. Hopefully I can grab a Retaliator Bomber or something. That'll be fun to fly in 3.0, I think. Nice multi-crew ship. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is Star Citizen. This is where I sort of got into the hobby. This is where I stand with it, and this is what I currently have. I am not the kind of guy who's like, oh, I must have everything, or that really does not appeal to me. There's a lot of stuff I would like to earn in-game. I believe the upkeep of a lot of ships would be a nightmare if you were to have, like, say, an entire fleet of ships and you were to own all of them. It would be very difficult to maintain them. And I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of like the idea of, I don't know, maybe this is just a unique outlook, or maybe there's more of you who share this, but I'm more of a, oh, I love this type of manufacturer. I'm not more this kind of, I'm more of an Aegis guy, and that's the truth. I love Aegis ships. I absolutely adore them. But, yeah, I really am interested in seeing where this Star Citizen thing goes. I've been rambling on for too long now, as you may have noticed. This is sort of a rant, and yeah, sort of a, I guess it's an audio log. I know what a vlog is, it's a video log, and a blog is like a thing to do with writing stuff, but I'm not sure what an audio log is. Is it a log? A log? It sounds kind of messed up, but yeah. I guess that's what this is. So yeah, this is, oh my god, I've gone on for too long, but yeah. This is gonna wrap up this video now. This is me basically sharing my journey into Star Citizen with you guys, to basically show you where I stand on the whole project and where I am about it. And yeah, I absolutely adore it. I think Star Citizen's awesome. To all the haters, I say, listen guys, don't hate on it, or if you do gotta hate on it, at least direct your hate here and away from the general populace of people, man. Because I can take it, you know what I mean? I can take it head on. I don't care. You know, if someone wants to hate, bring it on, I say. Let me indulge in your hatred. But keep it the hell away from the general populace of the community, because not everyone can take it. And just don't be a troll. But for those of you who are citizens and who are behind the project, or are interested in sci-fi in general, and do not hate on people for liking games, then I salute you and I welcome you to this community, and I want to shake your hand and give you a big hug. But yeah, thank you so much guys for making this channel such an awesome place by coming back here every day and commenting and watching videos. This has been a real rant and a half, but yeah, thank you guys so much. I love you all. You all deserve the best. And yeah, whether you're interested in Star Citizen or not, it doesn't matter to me. Just be a good person. Be good to one another. Don't hurt people's feelings. There's no need for it. It takes a lot of energy to bring someone down. It takes nearly no effort to build them up. So instead of bringing people down, guys, build them up. Be nice, be friendly, be loving, and share the love, share the good vibes, and just try and be a good person. Whether it's just one good deed, holding a door open for someone, or something like that, or you know, just saying to someone, hey, oh man, I really like your style, or something like that, or wow, really kick-ass haircut, or something, you know what I mean, or whatever it is. Just spread some positivity. If you want to do me a favor, because I do all these videos for free, guys, and I can plan to continue doing them for free. The best payment I could possibly receive is go out there and do a good deed. Okay, that's the best thing you could do to basically, that would be really rewarding to me, to know that I've helped spread some good deeds around. That would be amazing. That'd be the best payment I could ever receive. So go out there and do some good deeds, help one another. Don't get yourselves into trouble. Be good people. Don't hurt people. And yeah, keep being good human beings, guys. So you know the drill, Commanders. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.